Welcome everyone to a very low bit live stream because Vodafone failing DOCSIS cable. Everyone probably watches live streams at home, so 1 Mbit outgoing. I can't mix this joke up. Anyway, quick comments. I hope we don't have too many drop frames with 1 Mbit. Short, alleged reported Microsoft designing their own ARM SoCs for servers and Surface PCs, and I find this really laughable. Of course, Microsoft, a large mega corporation, and Xbox and stuff, but even they, of course, very huge software business, but not that much in hardware, except Xbox and, according to Louis Rossmann, rarely seen Surface PCs. And I find this laughable because, first of all, Microsoft had the current Surface Pro X stuff with this SQ1 or SQ2, which they claimed, I called this out in previous commentary, designed with Qualcomm and stuff. I've not seen much Microsoft design in this. It's what I've seen, my impression, but correct me if I'm wrong if you have more inside knowledge. Mostly is a Qualcomm SoC. Anyway, it's probably mostly finds this similar to this 400 drop frames at 1 Mbit. This is hilarious. Not even Apple was that fast, right? So first of all, and Intel and stuff, they of course sold millions, if not billions, CPUs in the end. And for the scale of Intel and AMD, it makes sense to design a chip, but Apple, very rare outliner here, but certainly it doesn't make sense for each and every company like Samsung, Huawei, Microsoft and stuff. It certainly would be way better, as in previous times, Intel or PowerPC, and certainly you are aware here of this channel, MIPS, Spark, so much in between, even Super H and Hewlett-Packard Precision Architecture, so many architectures, and how many survived at the end? Mostly x86 ARM, RISC-V coming, and it certainly doesn't scale, right? It's a $100 million business, and in my opinion it makes not much sense for Microsoft, not even such a big player in the hardware industry, and even Apple. If you look at Apple, I said this before, a little bit recurring summary of other live streams here, and even Apple, it's not an overnight success, right? They purchased a PA Semi of power efficient here of previously Power PC CPUs, and Apple purchased PA Semi. Did we also click on this, or does even that not load anymore because 976 drop frames? Apple purchased PA Semi around 2005 or so, and or 2008. So it took Apple 12 years with the legacy they purchased with developing this. So even with PA Semi of allegedly a pretty high performance power efficient Power PC core, 12 years with what, A7, A8, A9, A10 or X, and 12 and 14 and M1 now, and that is Microsoft, do they want to spend 12 years? And also, in my opinion, what would be the answer to Apple's M1? I said this in many live streams. The x86 way too complex, especially with the single instruction multiple data, a huge legacy clutch there of everything and the kitchen sink. And also variable lengths up to 6 coding, and we have seen that in Apple's M1 or A12 and stuff, much larger reorder buffer there of in-flight, and even a decoder, right? Apple's M1 was it 8 wide decode or stuff, and even Intel's latest 10th gen or so just 4 wide instruction decode. And so in my opinion, this only has a success because Microsoft competing with the whole rest of ARM ecosystem, in my opinion, makes very little sense. And also success-wise, $100 million sunken in there for Also, how does it scale, right? Surface and server it's the most efficient and the most most high performance. That also doesn't even make the most sense to do both extremes of both ends. And so what should they do? They should actually get their forces together at ARM or wherever, or no, NVIDIA, unfortunately. And this only is also the whole ARM. Also, this is so hilarious that Microsoft, in this typical, I would say, Silicon Valley, if they wouldn't be based in Washington. And sure, they are also, they should rather cooperate with other high performance like ARM. So certainly the question is, do they just take the ARM core and add some I/O? Because otherwise there are high performance things. Oh, this was it. Did I not see? Ah, here, Ampere, here at this Ampere Ultra 80 core SoC. So of course they are high performance, and even they. So I mean, what is Microsoft thinking to trying to do that themselves? What other this Ampere Ultra, pretty high performance, but and matching the performance or outpassing the performance of similar Intel, Xeon and AMD EPIC CPUs, but even then in many benchmarks only half the performance or so. So how does Microsoft, as a not as big hardware player as many other things, they can solve this in a year or two, laying on the whoever wants to participate in some high performance ARM game to challenge that. x86 will be interesting to see. How does it continue? It is totally silly, right? It doesn't work like that to have seven independent, like ARM, Microsoft or ARM, NVIDIA, whoever on all their own, or Google, somehow Amazon, everyone needs their own ARM high performance together, similar, but this is mostly that. I see already people not only complaining, this is hilarious. I actually tried. What is also hilarious is this bloody, I actually wanted to stream over LTE, so this is it's not a joke. It's also, this is why, can we stop recording accidentally? So 4,000, this is not a joke, 4,700, 825 at one freaking Mbit. I mean, this is DOCSIS cable here in Berlin. It's so sad. And why, I mean, not only the state of hardware and software is hilarious, and why I think I have the wrong profession. I need to open a beach bar or get off grid or something, because yeah, 2020 in the years before, infrastructure fail, hardware, software mostly fail. And now Microsoft want to do their own circuits. I actually wanted, unfortunately I only have this, and my workstation doesn't have Wi-Fi. And anyway, so probably I have the next live streams, as broken as it is, as complaining I am already to Vodafone failing DOCSIS cable garbage stuff here. I wish I wouldn't have to say this. It is, they also don't do something, right? They nearly wanted not to stream today more with 5,000. It's 1 Mbit. It's a joke. It's how should we even work here? It's hilarious. A freaking analog virus pandemic. I told Vodafone, look, this is not amazing, but yeah, failing to the death. Saved as in management squeezing profit margins to failing infrastructure copolix, and then until there's a pandemic, and then it's like, yeah, obviously broken stuff before even breaks even more. Anyway, so the next time I don't even try. It's hilarious. You want to build an YouTube channel. Maybe I redo something. Ampere is awesome. I've been playing with 128 core servers. That is amazing. Welcome you to this channel. Xenon CPU, some was designed by Cell PPU, something somewhat developed there. It's like, yeah, not the greatest thing, but anyway, even if Microsoft has done more than I feel that, and as senior with this FPGA stuff, and companies like even Intel struggling with this high performance stuff, it doesn't scale that 10, 20 companies try to do high, and CPM, MS-DOS, Mac OS, Windows. This failing Vodafone.